Hi, Internet viewers. Frank Rauscher again. On the last video I did, we relieved the feathers on the tail and we thinned it out so it only was about 1/16 of an inch thick, if that. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to mark out the bottom of the tail, and I'm going to show you how to bring that out in conjunction with the top. And if we have time, I'll show you how to burn it as well. So, be right there. Okay. What I did is when I thinned this out, I also came in and I got some sandpaper and I sanded these out. And these are, this really does a nice job. If you're ever looking for a convenient way to sand, I have these are like mandrels with sanding, I'll say it like a cone that gets screwed onto here, and then you just plug it into your machine. But you have to run it at least half speed because you don't want to blow the paper off of here. And these come in and do a real nice job. Instead of hand sanding, you can just come in and do it really nice and easy, and it makes life a lot easier. And if anybody's in need of these, I do have them available. There's like a set of 10 with the mandrel on the smaller ones. The bigger ones, the mandrels are separate, but they're basically the same price, maybe $1 difference or something like that. So if anybody's interested, just want to let you know that they are available out there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to match up what we have. We're going to be doing this pattern right here, which is your underside of the tail, it's called here on your pattern. And the way I do it is I'll get this outside feather and I'm going to come across right where the other one starts. You have like, that's the end of your feather here, and then this is the inside. I'm going to run a line right across that one right there. So that's going to pop up and I could see it here, and I'm spinning that around so you can see the width, which is maybe like 3/16 wide, and then it comes in and gets thinner as you bring it closer to the rump. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to come out here and I'm just going to swing that down. Doesn't get too small. It's probably, let's see, just to give you a measurement, okay? Not to be so accurate with it. This is almost 1/4 up here, and it's about 3/16 down there. And we get that one in first. Then we come along and I pick out the next feather, and it would come across right here. I try to pick it up right at this point and go like on a 45 degree. And that's coming across. Let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. And you know what I need to do? I need to get my optivisor, which is my magnifier, because it really helps when you're doing this, because you're really in tight. And I'll use the excuse I'm not getting any younger, so this is popping out here. And if you see the second one, it's fairly close, but it's mimicking exactly the feather on this side on the outline. So I'll keep maybe a 1/16 there. I'm going to also draw the center line here so I can keep an eye on what's like the middle. Okay. Now, I've got 2 feathers, so I've got, actually it would be these. Doesn't matter either side. But what I do again is I come right, here's 1, 2, 3. Here's the 3rd feather. I come off right at this point right here. Let's see. Yeah, right here. And this is going to come around. And come down like that. Then I'm going to go to the next one, which is right here. And that's out here. And it comes down. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 feathers. And that's what you did. Now, 5 is here. And I'm going to kick that one around and come almost on the center line. Okay, so we got the 5 there. Now we're going to go to the other side. So we have this one right here. I'm going to kick that out on a 45-degree angle. And I'm mimicking this one, okay, or your pattern, no matter what. And you're trying to, let me get this line in here so you can see where the rump is. And I'm coming down. That's the first one. Then the second one is up here. Right through here. That happens right there. And I'm going to try to keep all of an equal distance. This is about a 1/16, if that. And then we got another one which pops up right off of that one. These are really close on this side. So we got to get 6 in this side. And that comes down like that. And then here's another one right here. As long as you go like on a 45-degree angle to it. That came over here. Hope you can see these well. Like so. And then we have this one. Now counting, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be number 5. See, they grab the right one. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5. I got the right one. That's going to come across here. And that one will slide right down. And then this one just pop in here like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is get my burning pen. Now here's the thing I've been telling you a lot of times. Let me grab one of my rests here. I'll get like a rest. This is for my micro grinder tool, but I use it for multi-purposing. And I'll lay this bird on here so that I can go and burn a fairly straight line without jumping all over the place. And I can't really get my fingers on there while I'm burning because we're at the end of this bird, so it's hard to hold anything. So what I'm doing is I'm going to come in and lay my pencil mark right on there and walk it down and try to stay right on my burn line as best I can, okay? Then I'm going to get the next one. And turn that. Okay. Then I'm going to get the next one. These are sort of in tight, so take your time. We're doing this. There's the next one. Don't rush it. And having a fine pointed burning pen is ideal in this case. Yeah, it's a little tricky if you got something real wide. And then I believe there's one more. It just comes down the middle and slides over. Then I'm going to burn this one over here. I'll come down, take my time, and go around. I'm going to do the second one. Same way. Noticing I'm sort of resting my fingers on this rest so that I have control. You can use a block of wood. You can use multiple devices. And it's good because you can get your fingers on here as a rest to make sure that you can keep a nice straight line. Yeah, it's a little tricky, but you can do it. And sometimes, like I always say about anything I do, is that it takes practice sometimes. So I make things look simple. Let's see how we do here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so I got them all in. There's 6 on one side, 5 in the other, and then there's the top feather, which makes this here, makes 6 going this way and 6 going that way. That's how it bounces out. There's actually 12 feathers there that we're accounting for. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, as soon as I find it here, is my bullet-shaped, see, did I lose it? I had it here a minute ago. This will do, this is same thing. It's a bullet-shaped diamond. And I'm taking that up full speed. Now, I'm going to come in, notice I get my finger on the piece, okay? I'm going to undercut on the inside here and run that point right on down. I'm not trying to use a safe end in here because it's too tight, and you want to get a pointy type diamond in there, and the bullet is perfect for that. It's not too small, and what I'm doing is I'm going down each one. I come in here. I'm not really worried about the angle as much as just getting that tip in there, cleaning them out, staging it down. Okay, and then I'm going to come around to this side and do the same thing. I'm going to undercut along that first line of burn, then the second one. Okay. And the third one. And the fourth one. And I'm going to try to just go down the middle here and thin some of this out. And I got one more right over here. There we go. Now I think I got to thin this one out in the middle here. It's still too thick. And these aren't exactly. Now, what I'm going to do to make this work better is I'm going to come in and on this last feather here, like this one here, and I put that line of action between here and over here, I'm going to burn that in like on a 45-degree angle, just so it comes and meets the underneath side of this one. I hope you can see this. Shooting right across here. So you should be burning a little bit here, burning a little bit here, and then we'll pick up those marks as we go that are on a 45-degree angle. Got that one. I'm going to burn that one. I'm going to burn a little inside here, like this, and like this. Only got 1/4 of an inch in. I'm going to do that one. Then I'm going to do that one. Let me come on this side. I think I'm cheating on one of these. Okay, on this, I'm going to go across here. Join up with this one. And then, let's see, here's the second one. Join up across there. I got that one. These are really in tight here, so I'm going to hit this one, and this one, and this one. See if I can match them up. Now I got this one. That's it. There we go. So you can see, like, hopefully, the ends on there. That center one is still too thick, so what I'm going to do is go back with my bullet and just try to thin out what would represent the top feather up top here and get it thinner. I didn't clean this out. Now, here's what we want to do. I'm going to take this here and thin this just a little bit for about 1/4 of an inch, but make it a nice transition so that you're not putting a belly in the middle of these feathers and sort of shooting across. Then I'm going to come on the underneath side here and do the same thing. I'm going to thin this out about 1/4 of an inch from the end of the feather down, but making a nice transition. And what happens is these look like they're floating from one side to the other and they're thin, so it doesn't look like you got real thick feathered edges, okay? Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to come in here. Hope you can see this well. And then I'm going to come on the top side I'm going to cut this a little bit right here. This a little bit here. One here. Each one. These really are really in tight. And I'll come this way just to finish them off. Okay, now here's the one thing I want to do. These feathers, because they're cupped, I need to get all this concave in here, just the outside ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this bit out more so it has more of a reach, but not too far out, because you want to be able to control it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to do it slowly. I'm just walking it down and making it concave. Okay? The whole thing's like swirling. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. This gives it a very realistic look and also thins out some of this. Now, the sand one still has some thickness. I got to knock it down. Let me clean this up. So this end one wants to look a little thinner, and I still have like a 1/16 in there, so I need to take this down more. Now I'm going to put my thumb over here so it doesn't wrap around and undercut the other side. And it will have a tendency to want to do that. Just big. And you could bugger up, like, see it buggered up a little bit like this. So you don't want to do that if you could possibly help it. But I had to get that thinner, so you can see it's a lot thinner in there. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to get that burn, that outside burn, which should have been gone by now. I'll hold my finger up here and thin this down. And I do it slowly. I'm a lefty now. You're going to be going the other direction, most of you righties, so that'll get you to where all of them are relieved now, okay? And they're all staged. You came in here, you can just clean them up a little bit. Get those points in there, that's all you need to do. Now, also want to get you into the rump, and the rump is like staged as well. There's like let me get the one I did before. I'm going to measure this out. And it looks like it's, let's see. Get this down here. About 7/8 up. So from the end of this rump right here, I'm going to measure 7/8 up. So I'm putting that right there, my inch mark. Coming up 7/8. And I put a mark here. Now I'm going to draw a line coming across here very lightly. Now what's going to happen is this is going to spiral around here, and this one's going to spiral around here. and come like this. Now, what I'm going to do is undercut along this loop, the loop I have here. So what I think I'm going to use this time, I think I'll stay with this bit. If you have a flame, that'll work as well. You're going to undercut right here. You have that loop coming around to the center. I want you to come up about a ½ inch, but you're getting shallow as you come up like this. And it fades off, but you're deeper down below here. Then I'm going to come around one way, and then I'm going to come around on this side. Okay, and I'm going down, at least a good 1/16 on the back end here. You're keeping the pencil line, but you're undercutting all the way around. At least going down a 1/16 on the back end here. Now, let me show you. I'm going to put, this is shallow up here, and it goes down and around and up under your wing here. And it's going to go this way and under your wing and stop. So you got about a 1/16 inch drop from here down to there. But what we want to do, everything below here has to slope down. So at this point in time, the best bit to do that is to use a pear shape, okay? It's a lot more forgiving. So I'm going to throw the pear in there. And what I'm going to do, try to heavy this a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. All this has a double edge because of the bit gave an edge up here and an edge back here. I want to transition all of this down so it flows down from the bottom of that 1/16 straight on out down to this rump. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to undercut, and I'm not touching any of that loop. I'm taking this down so I can have it flow out from that 1/16 down. Okay, then I'm going to slope everything from here down to that rump. It's still a little high back here. I may try to get that bullet shape in there. Now, I'm looking, and I still have an edge back here, but the pear is not going to allow me to get in there and get all that, so I'll work with what I have. Now, I'm sloping everything from up here down to here. It's sloping down. And this rump doesn't have a rise and fall. It's a very small amount of a drop right at the end. We'll clean this up. I'm going to try to get in there with the pear. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that bullet again just to get in tight. And I also want to circle that upper part now, this loop-the-loop here. So I'm going to come in here real tight and clean this out without digging in more. You gotta be careful. Now, I have this loop, and I'm going to roll that. I still see edges in there. Let me get that out of there. It should be flowing downward. Sometimes when you move your piece around, the light hits it a certain way, and you can see what you missed. So I'm going back and just lowering that a little bit more. Now, here's what I'm going for. I'm going to put this back, the pencil coming around here and around here. I'm going to soften this edge. I'm not taking it away. I'm just going to get the point and walk it around. This is like a tuft in here. And I'm softening that. And I'm going to soften this coming around as well. Get in here and clean that out. Clean that up a little bit more. So this is nicely rounded all the way around on this side and nicely rounded on that side. And now you have the rump completed, the tail relieved, and then what I'm going to do on the next video, I will show you how to burn the tail, and then we'll do the underneath side, and then we'll start marking up the breast. Okay, so hope you got something out of this video as well. We're getting pretty close now. We'll be setting eyes pretty soon, finishing the beak, and then we may be painting before you know it. So if you enjoy what you see, I'd ask you to give me a thumbs up. If you would subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate that greatly too, because that helps me and my channel and all. And if you ever need anything, give me a holler. My email address is in the comments section of the video, and let me know if you're after anything. So see you on the next video.